I've talked to a ton of people in commercial real estate as well as residential, and none of them had heard about this. Mo, thank you for coming on today. I think we've got a hot topic that we're really going to inform a lot of people about. I didn't know about until recently, having your website being ADA compliant. So thank you for taking the time to come on with us and informing us what we need to do to make sure we don't end up getting sued.
Woo, yeah, it's kind of a hot topic right now. And actually, I think the whole reason why you and I connected was because I think I tweeted out something about it, or you did.
Yeah.
And it was about the fact that especially small mom and pop businesses it's kind of like an insurance scam now. I don't know if that's necessarily the right thing to say, but going to people's websites and seeing if they're ADA compliant. And then if they're not, then suing them because they're not compliant and, walking away with, this little payday, but it's not helping small business. So, ADA is, Americans with Disabilities Act, and it actually involves a lot of different things. And I'm not a lawyer, and I do not play one on TV. So
right, yeah. ADA. So they want to make sure the people that are colorblind, blind, or deaf, and there's others, but they can be able to utilize your website. So I want to dive into that. But first, Mo, can you tell us a little bit about Movo Media, please?
Yeah, Movo Media Marketing is my company, and we do social media for busy commercial real estate professionals. That's who our focus is on, and I help CRE pros create and curate content, create brand voice and tone, and then top of mind awareness. I want all of my clients to have global domination, and that's my big goal for everybody.
That's a great goal to have, and you've got some top-notch clients too, I know.
Yeah, I have some great clients. I absolutely love them. Bob Knakal, Beth Azor, Rod Santomassimo with the Massimo Group. I think I'm pretty blessed. I have some of the best people in the world to work with because they're all great storytellers.
And so they're all fun to talk to. All three of those. I know you're just naming a couple, but they're just nice people that are knocking their career out of the park and have done for years. So if you're not following them, make sure you do. Matter of fact, maybe what we should probably put their link down below so we can help drive a little traffic to them. Not that they need it.
That'd be awesome. Yeah.
All right. So Mo, we were talking about, this ADA compliance. And I think, I've talked to a ton of people in commercial real estate as well as residential, and none of them had heard about this. Now, I did talk to a couple. They said, oh, yeah, they got us. There was a company, a residential real estate firm out of Beverly Hills, said that they got caught, not caught, but, their site wasn't up to snuff. And it cost them like $15,000 or $20,000 to get this group of attorneys to go away. And then they had to pay to get their website redone, which is another $5,000 to $10,000. So it's pretty expensive. But can you walk us through the process? How do we make sure our website is ADA compliant, and the steps we need to take?
So my recommendation is there's several companies out there that do offer this service. It's not terribly expensive. It is a monthly fee, but they'll help you get your websites ADA compliant. And I don't have those listed right now, but I can get them for you, and we can add them to the description in YouTube. But the biggest thing is you just need to make sure that and probably the simplest thing that you could start doing right now is adding that alt text to the images on your website. So what is alt text? So there's a little box when you add an image, and it actually explains, like, this is a person standing in a field. They're wearing a blue shirt. It's a woman or a man. They have a dog. And so you're explaining what the actual image is, so that when you have somebody with disabilities and their e-reader or whatever kind of screen reader that they have can actually explain what the image is. Because obviously, if they're sight impaired, they can't see it. If they need it read out loud to them so they can actually, hear what's happening. So that's like kind of the biggest thing that I would say you would need to do And it's the simplest thing that you can do. The other thing is making sure that your contrast on your website is what's contrast. So when we're talking about like, we're talking not just images, but like your font has to be easily readable. So making sure that your font is readable, that has a good contrast on it so that again, it can be picked up. And I think the actual contrast has, I think I have it written down actually. I think it's 4.5 to 1. So that's that high contrast that you need to have on the website. So black and white, that's good.
Yeah.
Just because it's pretty doesn't mean that it's the best thing for your website.
Yeah, I wanted to do this light blue, and I saw this picture of this Bugatti, and of course, and it was this light blue, matte light blue with this dark blue or black looking, and that's really what I want on my website, and we couldn't do it. You can't,
No.
it won't work.
Right.
So we
So
had to
just
go with a blue and a white.
Yeah, and you're just those are some of those things that you have to bring into play. There's a lot of other, like, I can't tell you about the code. I can't tell you about any of that stuff because that is way outside of my pay grade.
Yeah.
But I think the biggest challenge that small businesses and probably bigger businesses as well are going to have to look out for is those people coming to your website and hoping to catch you and then sue you.
Yeah, there's a few things I put a bit, but I have to put my glasses on. These are my old glasses because guess who stepped on my others?
Oh,
Didn't see them. Keeping sentences simple and short. Using contrast to make the design user-friendly. Make it easy to navigate without a mouse.
Yes.
You already talked about the alt text, providing closed caption for videos.
Yes.
Making text easy to read, providing keyboard accessibility, making forms and navigation accessible, disabling autoplay for audio and video. That was a new one. And then using proper HTML.
Yes. And then, avoid using all caps. And there's a lot of different, it depends on which, website that you go to actually check and do some research on this.
Yeah, it's already kind of started. So it's best to just go ahead and you can put your site into these, there's free ones. You can put it into these systems and they'll tell you what level you're at. And, we have 7 different companies. So for us, it's going to be a pretty big expense every year to do this. But I think, the platforms you build the websites on, I'm guessing if they haven't already, they're going to have to start offering something that's going to make sure that you're going to be compliant. And so you want to check with your provider.
Yeah, like if it's a WordPress platform or WordPress being like the one that comes to mind, I'm sure that there's a plugin. If not, there will be one coming soon that actually makes sure that you're compliant with that. I think the biggest thing that we as marketers need to be concerned about is just making sure that the accessibility is there and that we're not leaving anybody out.
Yeah. And honestly, until somebody told me about it, I hadn't even thought like that. And so I completely understand where they're coming from with it. And I guess there was a law passed in 2022, and they're just now starting to implement it. So I just was not aware of that. And so, it's going to be a little bit more cost. I think there's a monthly fee. You're going to have to get your coding all done, but then you'll be safe, but you don't want to get sued. And it's all for now. It's any site that is commercial websites selling goods or services, websites open to the general public, government sites, places of public accommodation. And then there are 3 standard levels of ADA compliance. There's A, AA, and AAA. Level A is weaker than AAA, so you want AAA. Okay.
Yeah, and things. I mean, that's part of of really just trying to stay up on everything that's happening within the digital marketing world, because that's part of that process. So easiest thing you can do, obviously, is put out a Google alert. Just set up a Google alert where you have something anytime that there's a change in ADA or when it comes to, I think the actual, I want to say it's called like WAG.2, WAG.2. Just put it out put a Google alert up. And so when anything changes, you are alerted. It's going to get sent to you.
Yeah.
You can obviously you can hire these companies that you pay a monthly fee and they do that for you. I think the cheapest one I saw was like $49 a month for one website. So that's not horrible, but you know, $50 a month, if you're a mom and pop shop, that could be,
That's
you know,
true.
that could
Especially
be a
now,
challenge.
yeah.
So, I think also just because of my social media focus, making sure that you're using closed captions on all of your videos, super important. And making sure that the captions are correct.
Yeah.
Because you can trust, I mean, there's certain programs out there that you can use and they're fantastic. They make quick content, but they're not always foolproof. So
Yeah.
go in and fix it.
Yeah. Yeah. Get her done. Save yourself the headache. And you know what? It's part of the market that we might have been missing too. Keep in mind. So maybe you'll pick up more clients, you know, maybe target, but all right, Mo, thank you very much. Now for all of you who are watching, if you have questions for Mo, put it in the comments. I'll make sure that she sees it and then she can respond to you. If you're looking for a digital marketing agency, Movo Media is somebody I'd recommend. She's got some of the best in the industry. Mo, how do we get hold of you?
You can reach me at my website. Whew. Do I want to put it out there right now?
Go ahead.
MovoMediaMarketing.com. You can also email me at MoVoMediaMarketing.com. Or I'm on Twitter and LinkedIn and Instagram. So
yeah,
I'm
well,
out
make sure you follow her. And I'll put those links to your social media down below as well, so they can do that. Mo, thank you very much for today. I think this was, I know we've been wanting to do this for a couple of weeks. I needed to do some research on it. So thank you for being patient and then taking the time today.
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you for having me on.
Well, you bet. For those of you watching, I hope this was very informational for you. Again, do not hesitate to reach out. We'll try and help you walk your way through this. And if you haven't done so, if you could give us a like, and if you haven't done so, make sure you subscribe.